What they sell is the feeling that you'll get driving the car. So they sell the results, right? I could have easily have bought a Toyota 98 whatever, right? Like an old car, and it would have been honestly just as effective as getting me from point A to point B. But I didn't buy a car to get from point A to point B. I bought a car because I love cars and I want a nice car, and I wanted something that I could feel really good while I drive it.
Don't get it confused, don't get it confused. Yeah. I'm in tune, yeah.
Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm actually talking about how personal brands, or how these large figures online make thousands of dollars a day selling online courses. I'm going to break it down to a science for you guys so you understand it from the bottom up. So in my opinion, this is one of the most powerful business models that mankind has actually ever stumbled upon. It's a powerful way to change people's lives, have impact, and also make quite a bit of money along the way. I've personally done it, and in this video I'll explain how in the first month of me doing this I made over 5.6 grand in profits. So I felt like the best way to make this video was actually to do it like in slide presentation mode, because I'm actually working on a course right now that talks about all of this and actually shows you how to build a personal brand and how to sell with courses and coaching and information products at scale and make a lot of money doing it. And so we'll be hopping into my computer here in a moment to sort of look at a presentation, but honestly this video is so incredibly powerful. I'd recommend that you even grab a pen and a notepad and just jot some of the things that you're learning here, because this is some stuff that even when I began selling courses online and made that 5.6 grand, and I say in a month, but really I released the course halfway through the month, so it was only like, you know, two and a half weeks I made that money. That being said, you know, again, I would grab a pen and a notepad because this is stuff that I didn't understand back then when I was starting. So let's go ahead and hop into my computer. This is going to be incredibly valuable. This is probably one of the most valuable videos I think I've put up in a long time. So hopping into my computer here, how personal brands make thousands a day selling online courses and how anyone can do it. Reality is there's nothing special about the personal brands that run these things. They just know some stuff about internet marketing and about digital sales tactics that a lot of people just don't. And these are things that I understand that have enabled me to run this business pretty much full time. I'm actually here in an Airbnb with my business partner who runs a Facebook marketing agency, and we've isolated ourselves for an entire month just so we can work. And this is the business I'm working on. This is what I do, is build my personal brand and sell information products and impact people and help them through courses, through coaching, right? As well, I do digital marketing on the side and service some personal brands and service some businesses with my digital marketing tactics. And I run a small agency of my own. So that being said, this is how personal brands make thousands a day online selling courses and how anyone can do it. So in this video, we're explaining why courses are such a powerful online business model, how they're different than anything else that humanity has discovered as a financial vehicle, and how anyone can get into it. I truly do believe that humanity has not come across a financial vehicle that is similar or as powerful as digital information product sales. It is such an incredibly scalable business model, and it's something that I encourage everybody to do at some point in their entrepreneurial journey, because it allows for incredible amounts of profits, and as well it's an incredible way to build your brand as long as you make a good product. Next is what big personal brands do that allows them to dominate their niche and how you can do it too. So reality is there's nothing really special about these big names. It's again just strategies and tactics that they've utilized. Now a lot of them are really smart people inherently, but the reality is that the stuff that they understand can be learned and can be mastered by your average person. And that's what I'm hoping to do in this video, is help you begin to understand, look, this is what they're doing. This is how they've made, you know, $6 million in, you know, 4 months selling this program or whatever, right? And not only making $6 million, but like selling a product that they believe in, that they know can help people, which is really, really important. I don't want people to get the idea from this video that you can just sell any course. That's not the point. The point is that you create something that impacts people, changes their lives, or gives them a new piece of information or something that truly aids them along their journey in whatever niche you are in. So this is what big personal brands do that allows them to dominate their niche and how you can do it too. Next is the systems used to allow for course sales at massive scale, utilizing human psychology and quote indoctrination funnels. So what I mean by an indoctrination funnel, maybe you've heard the term sales funnel. A sales funnel is essentially a series of web pages that people go through that convinces them to buy something. Well, indoctrination funnels are a lot like that, but instead of selling something, you actually just prove your worth to them. So my indoctrination funnel for my services is actually this YouTube content, right? And so I service people on the back end of this, and you can see how I do that in my previous video, which is, I believe, a video on personal branding as well. You can see how I do that in that video. And I'm public about the fact that I sell stuff because I believe in what I'm selling. A lot of people aren't public about the fact that they sell stuff on the back end, or they won't talk about it because they don't like what they're selling. I love what I'm selling, and I believe it truly helps people, so I'm very public about the fact that I use these YouTube videos to drive leads for my business. And you can too, and it's actually not hard at all. So next is how I made upwards of 5.5, actually be 5.6K my first month in course sales, and actually what I did when I launched my course. And then lastly is creating a personal brand for yourself and the results that my clients are seeing using my strategies. So this is going to be an incredibly powerful video. I could honestly put this in my high dollar paid program that I'm working on right now called Impact Income. And honestly, you know, you probably wouldn't blame me if I charged you for this information, because this is a lot of really, really good stuff. But I'm giving this to you for free because I just want to help you right now. I just want to show you how anybody can do this. So moving forward, if you're ready, good, let's go. So part one is why courses are so powerful, right? So the reasons why. Primarily, information products are an incredible change agent in the lives of those who need them. If created properly and the information is proven, a properly timed information product could be an incredible shift in someone's life. So I'm actually working right now with a handful of clients to help them release their first information product and help them create a product that will scale long term and bring their brand good reputation, or help their brand have a better reputation once the product is released. So not only does it generate them sales, but it actually uplifts their brand, and that's the way that you want to release a course. It shouldn't just be a course to monetize and it sort of hurts your trust with your audience. No. You release this course and it increases the trust with your audience because of the quality and the price of it. So information products are change agents, and if you view them that way, it's an incredibly easy business model to get into because you stand out from just about anybody else who just sees them as a financial vehicle. They are both. Next, there are digital products, so you never run out of stock. You could sell 1 or 1 million online courses in a day and not run out. The margins are high because there's no restocking, and the refund rate is massively low as long as your product is truly valuable to the niche that you're attempting to serve, right? So if you have an audience and a niche, you are my perfect client, right? Because my goal is to help people with an audience and a niche that need more from them and help them build a course or help people build a personal brand from the ground up. Essentially, personal branding as a whole is my niche, right? And so the margins are high because there's no restocking. The refund rate is massively low, and this is important as long as your product is truly valuable. So that's a huge point too. You never run out of stock, and you get very few refunds. Lastly, courses are easy to market because it drives results for people, and then they spread the word. Again, if an info product has the right information and is structured right and actually brings value to people, it creates results for them. People don't buy courses for information. They buy them for results. So if you can market the results that people are seeing, then those results do a bunch of the heavy lifting in your marketing for you. So when I sell my personal branding program, my Impact Income program, which breaks down some of the biggest personal brands and how they work and shows how I've grown mine to be a full-time job at 18, and actually a very lucrative full-time job at 18. Within that income, I show you, look, leverage the results of your students. Don't leverage what is in the information as well. When I sell the course, I'll barely talk about the information that's in there. I'll more so talk about the results that you'll see, right? My goal is that everybody who comes through the program has the ability now to create a 6-figure income for themselves, and that's the truth. You now have the ability, all the information is there. So when I sell the course that way, it completely changes things. Now, if you're in the fitness niche, for example, let's say you're selling a program that helps people learn how to lose some weight and gain some muscle mass. You don't sell the information saying, here's day 1 and what we'll cover, here's day 2 and all the technicalities of what we'll cover, and you give them this big old PDF, everything that we'll cover. That might do some heavy lifting for you in terms of convincing someone to buy, but what will do even more heavy lifting is a video of somebody who's gone through the course and maybe before and after. Here's their body before, here's their body after, here's the differences of where they were and where they are now. That psychologically triggers a completely different viewpoint, a completely different mindset about your product. And so that's how you're supposed to market a product. So if you have a good product, leverage the results that the product is generating. And this goes with any business. This isn't just courses. This is car companies, for example. I just recently bought a BMW. It's my very first BMW. It's actually my very first car. I'm very proud of it. And so BMW doesn't tell you all about, they do if you ask, but they don't tell you all about the specs in their cars, right? They don't go in detail about, what the engine is made of and the different types of engines that sell in different cars and what tires you should use and the window tinting and the types of chemicals they use to create the windows and where they get the sand and all that crap. No, they don't tell you that. What they sell is the feeling that you'll get driving the car. So they sell the results, right? I could have easily have bought a Toyota 98 whatever, right? Like an old car, and it would have been honestly just as effective as getting me from point A to point B. But I didn't buy a car to get from point A to point B. I bought a car because I love cars and I want a nice car, and I wanted something that I could feel really good while I drive it. So I'm buying a result. I'm not buying a process. I'm not buying a car, if that makes sense. So if you view your product that way, it really, really helps. So essentially, courses are just a good product. They're just a good product. Marry that with having a proven way of selling it, and you're in for an incredible business model. And this is something that I've seen done time and time again. I'm associated with people, with business associates of mine, who actually run course selling, information product selling businesses that do over $25 million a year in revenue. And it's an incredible thing to see, and it's really not as hard as it sounds, because if you have a good product that solves a problem for somebody, then all that matters is building an audience around it. I've personally spent over $4,000 in a single month on courses that fit my niche, and it's consistently been one of the best investments I've made in my business and myself, as long as you know which courses you're going for and which ones are worth it. It's a no debt, no loan way of getting the perfect information and self-education needed for a specific time. And so, in my opinion, in my honest, transparent opinion, it battles and it's almost defeating a lot of the traditional education models, because experts, people who truly know what they're talking about, can come in and create a program that you don't have to ask a loan from the bank to learn from. You just invest with your own pocket money. And the course is forced to be a low price because these people are competing with others who are offering the course as well. There's no third-party involvement, and they are forced to give you a good deal. So it's an incredible way to gain education. And so you're actually you're helping people's lives. And from my perspective, one of my goals is to actually change in a small way or a grandiose, huge way the education system. And so courses are an incredible way to be a part of that movement. So that concludes part one. On to part two, what big names online do to sell at scale. So here's what they're doing. I'm going to start with this. The two questions you must ask in business are this, and it's two very simple things. It's what am I selling? So you must understand what you're selling, the problems it solves for people, etc., etc., etc. You must understand how to deliver it. You must understand how to become an authority with it, whatever. And the next question is, how am I selling it? So the processes you're using to convert leads into sales, the sales message that you have to indoctrinate your leads into sales, the things that you tell people that help them understand your authority, right? How are you selling it? So big names understand that just having a good product isn't enough. They must be creative in pushing it to the marketplace. They also must understand that being a good marketer alone won't cover them for having a bad product. They must meet in the middle. Right? So they understand that having a good product and having good marketing go hand in hand. A lot of companies view marketing as a separate branch that they hire out to make up for the fact that their product sucks. That's not marketing. Marketing is essentially, hey, look at how wonderful this product is. Here's how we can help you, and here's the results we've driven, and putting some money behind that to show it to the right people. Right? That's really all marketing is. And so big names understand that. If they have a good product and meet it with good marketing, that is golden. If you have a good product and bad marketing, that's not good. If you have great marketing and a horrible product, that's also not good. You have to marry those two in the middle. So next is large brands use proven sales funnel systems to sell their product for them so that they can just flip a switch and sell at scale, such as webinars, keyed-in email marketing drip campaigns, remarketing strategies using a tracking pixel, and even chatbot marketing to properly push their courses to their ideal clients. And this probably sounds like some freaking alien language here if you're not familiar with any of this. Essentially, people get these course sellers or these large online marketers, get people onto lists like email lists, or as well, if you are a Facebook marketer, you know what this is, a Facebook pixel, which is essentially Facebook gives you this line of code to track people who have visited your site and hit them with ads later, right? It's simple. So they get them onto these lists such as emails and pixel lists and even chatbot lists, which is like email but with Facebook Messenger instead, so that they can market to people at scale. So when somebody maybe says they're interested in a course, you get them on the list and you sell it to them later, right? It's essentially what they do. They build lists. Next is they merge a good sales funnel, which is those lists and promoting to them, with tons of traffic. So they get tons of people on these lists, and then you've got something powerful. Big names partner with other big names, or they'll pay for tons of leads through a paid advertising platform like Facebook, or they'll attempt to grow their own audience on a platform like YouTube, right? And so this is how they get people onto their lists so that they can sell it to them later. This is what they're doing. Essentially, 1, they get loads of traffic that they know are interested in their product. 2, they convert those leads into potential buyers by adding to them value and maybe giving them free content like what I'm doing with these YouTube videos, therefore showing that they have the solution to their problem and becoming an authority. Lastly, they sell their leads with a single, final, swift call to action. And it typically works like 95% of the time, because at that point, you only have people that want to buy from you, right? So it works like this. You have traffic on one end. That inputs into a process, which is they introduce the problem, right? And then they indoctrinate them through content, showing them that they can solve the problem. And then maybe a webinar to sell the course, or an email campaign or whatever to sell the course, and many, many other strategies. And then that turns into sales, right? So that's how it works. It's a little machine. So part 3, and that sums up part 2. Part 3 is how I made $5.5K in my first month selling courses. So this is a very simple part. This is a very simple section of this video. What I did, first I grew a small YouTube channel in the photography niche. I used to be a full-time wedding photographer, so doing this was easy because I could bring value to the niche. Next is the content acted as the introducer to my brand, or the introductor to my brand, or however you say that, as well as building me authority through solving the problems that the photography niche faces. When I released my course, I had about 5,000 subscribers on YouTube and knew nothing about properly launching a course. So this just goes to show, if you understand how to just make a simple course and build an audience, then you don't really have to understand advanced marketing strategies. You just have to release a simple course. So when I released my course, I had about 5,000 subscribers on YouTube and actually knew like crap about launching a course properly. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about the proper funnels that I could have been utilizing. I knew very, very, very little. And this goes to show that if you just have a decent audience within a specific niche, then releasing a product to them is just butter. It's easy, and that's what I help people do. But again, because I had built my own audience, converting them was easy. When I launched the course, I believe, I used email marketing. That's right. All I did was use email marketing software to notify my core followers, and the first day I made 1.8 grand. From there, in 2 weeks, I managed 5.6 grand, and this is my very first 2-week period doing this. And so in my case, going back to this little, I don't know what to call it, this process presentation, whatever, traffic in, which is YouTube's algorithm promoting my videos. The process was using YouTube videos to build authority and rapport within my niche, and then selling them on my course linked in the description, and then that converted into sales. That's a super, super simple process, and I could have done way more and had like quadrupled my sales if I knew then what I know now, if not like 10x my sales if I knew then what I know now about proper marketing for these things. But I sold enough to be happy with it, and so I'm not complaining at all. And so part 4 is how to do this for yourself. And I actually want to just talk to you at this point and forget the slides for a moment. So building a brand is not easy. Frankly, building a personal brand is not easy. It's not a process that anybody can get involved in, and it's something that you really have to understand and have the right guidance for. I wasted a lot of time doing it the wrong way. Like I showed you, I did make 5.6 grand, but I could have made 30 grand. I could have even probably made 40, right? Like honestly, if I had known these proper processes, I could have utilized that audience much, much better. So reality is, you can put out a lot of content yourself and just, see if you can potentially build a brand on your own, and that's fine. Do it. Go have fun. Go learn how to do this via experience. Experience is an incredible teacher. However, one of the things that I do want to give you guys as an offer is in the description, I have a coaching link, and I want to take on some coaching students. I want to help some people begin to build this themselves. As well, I have a course coming soon, so if you come in as a coaching student, you're going to get the course for free. my goal is that I can help a handful of people do this and that they can come out the other end incredibly successful in this field, because it's really easy to do. But if you don't want to work with me and you don't want to spend money on doing it the right way, here's how you do it yourself. So 1, you identify a niche. You identify a certain person that you know you can help, maybe based on your experience or based on your knowledge, etc. 2, go the route that I did. Start putting out some YouTube content within that niche that solves problems for people. And then 3, once you have an audience built, begin to release programs or maybe coaching or information products like that, or products in general that you can sell to them. So if you go on YouTube right now and you search how to play guitar, one of the first results is actually somebody who has like 1.6 million views on this little video about how to play like the 3 basic chords, right? And in the description he's giving away a free course. It's just a completely free $0 course that teaches you the basics and the fundamentals of guitar playing. So I enrolled in the course to see what he was doing. Actually, he's very smart. Instead of just ending it there, he gives you this free course, but at the end of the free course, he says, hey, here's my next course, which is like a $97 course, which actually teaches you even more. And so people are going down this sort of pipeline, going down this funnel, the $97 course, and then at the end of the $97 course, he promotes a $297 course. And at the end of that, he promotes a $500 course or whatever, right? And so now, out of every one viewer, he's probably making, $5 to $10. So this guy's made a lot of money off of this one video. And if you can position yourself properly in your niche as that authority, you can make a lot of money, especially if you know how to help people and you are helping people with your products. So that sums up today's video. I hope I brought you guys an insane amount of value in this video. I hope I showed you some things that maybe you didn't understand before, and maybe showed you some of the back end of what these big brands are doing. I'm excited to continue forward on this YouTube channel with daily uploads, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. So leave some comments down below about what you learned or any questions you have, and I'll get back to you personally as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Don't get it confused, don't get it confused. Yeah. I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, yeah, yeah. I'm in tune, I'm in tune, I'm in tune, yeah.